Hey guys, Programming Investor here. Today I would like to tell you why I think that Bitpetite is not a scam, at least not in the short term. And then I want to tell you something about my Bitpetite calculator, which I've just programmed for you. I'll show you how to use it and how to get it. Well, first things first, something about Bitpetite. Well, Bitpetite is a quite interesting service, I do believe, because they do offer you anonymous transactions via Bitcoin network. That means when you send Bitcoin to someone, at this moment, basically it's traceable. Everybody on the blockchain can see that you've sent certain amount of Bitcoin to some Bitcoin address. And when someone finds out that Bitcoin address is yours, he can, find all those investments you made. He can find all those withdrawals. He can find everything. He can actually find out the amount of Bitcoin you have on your wallet right now. And Bitpetite is something really special because you can send those money anonymously to your second wallet, for example, or to your friend anonymously. No one can trace you back. No one can find out that you sent this amount to that wallet because they put so many transactions. They put so many Bitcoin wallets together, so they make it impossible for somebody to trace it back to you. It's really nice, and that's something which not all those sites around there in cryptocurrency world offers. There is something like Bitconnect. Bitconnect offers you a similar percentage a day compared to Bitpetite. Sometimes higher, sometimes lower, depends on the volatility. On the other hand, they only say that they trade with your money. They have some kind of volatility software they use, and they make money using that software. But do you trust them? Have you seen that robot working? I didn't. This Bitpetite site offers something, and it's getting more and more popular in the USA and in many other countries around the world. So they are getting so much money at this moment, and they are even getting, making money using or getting the fee when you gotta pay a fee when you want to use their services. So they even make money this way. That's something why I think that the Bitpetite is not a scam in the short term. Maybe they won't be here after 6 months, who knows? But in short term, at least for next 42 days, I believe it's 100% safe. Make your research, make your homework, because this is not a financial advice. This is like my opinion why I think that Bitpetite is going to be here for at least 2, 3, maybe 6 months for sure. Then who knows? But for 6 months, I believe it's safe investment. Okay, so let's see how to use Bitpetite as an investor. This is my investor account, and as you can see, I've already deposited like something over $180, which is for me a pretty decent amount of money. Considering I'm a student and I do use other sites like Bitpetite, Bitconnect. I used to do control finance. Unfortunately, I used to do because they are just gone. It's sad. But back to Bitpetite, I have invested over $180. This number is how much the Bitpetite already made. The Bitpetite site made me $39, which is nice, and I withdrew to my Exodus wallet $32, which is just great. So your money is getting back pretty fast, I would say. In 28 days, when you withdraw every day, in 28 days, you got all your initial deposit back, which is just great. This number is, I don't know, for 5, 6, maybe 1 week, I got 20% of my initial deposit back. It's great. Well, How to invest to your to Bitpetite? It's pretty easy because this user interface is for somebody it can be a little bit difficult to find out how to use it, but I'll tell you. As you can see, at first there is like investment term. You can choose whether you want to invest your money for 6 weeks or 9 weeks. I do prefer 6 weeks because it's shorter term and you get 4.5% on weekday and 1% on weekends. That means it's like, I'm not sure, I believe it's 5 times 4.5 plus 2 divided by 7. It's exactly 3.5% a day back. They don't give you back your initial deposit, so that means that in those 3.5% you got your initial deposit involved. That means that after 6 weeks, it's 42 days, you got not 147% gain, you just get the 47% gain, because that 100% is your initial deposit. Well, that's this. You gotta choose how long you want to invest, for how long you want to invest your money. When you choose 6 weeks, you got percentage 4.5. When you choose 9 weeks, you got percentage just 3.6. But overall, you get more. But as I said, for my purposes of compounding, it's better to use this one, the 6 weeks period, because you got bigger chunks a day, and the bigger chunks you get a day, daily, the more you can and faster you can reinvest them and get your compound interest sooner and sooner. I'm sorry for my English, it's not my native, but I hope you understand me. Well, I do prefer the 6 weeks because it's way bigger percentage a day. That's what I like. Well, there are several options how you can deposit your money. Well, although all those deposits, ways of deposits, they include cryptocurrencies. They include Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. You gotta choose your favorite. I like Ethereum, that's why I've invested more in Ethereum, and I also invested some Bitcoin. It's up to you. Absolutely doesn't matter. Bitcoin has higher transaction fees, so I wouldn't use it for compounding. Litecoin, Ethereum, it's the same, but Ethereum has lower minimum deposit. As you can see, 0.035. It's around $10, and when you use Litecoin, your minimum deposit is 0.25. So let's see how much is it in dollars. Litecoin, I'm not sure how much I said. 0.25. 0.25. It's $13. It's a little bit higher, So I would, for compounding purposes, I would definitely use Ethereum, because Ethereum has lower minimal deposit for you, so you can easily get your compounding faster. Well, so I would definitely recommend you to use Ethereum. Well, there are although two options. There are Ethereum USD and Ethereum. Well, what does it mean? Ethereum USD means that when you deposit your Ethereum, the Bitpetite site will calculate how much is it in US dollars at this moment. So at this moment, the Bitpetite site would say, well, your 0.035 Ethereum is worth of $10 approximately. And they would say, okay, you got your 10% $10 investment right now. They will calculate all those interest for you in US dollars, and then you gotta withdraw them in Ethereum again. That's if you think the Ethereum will be fallen, that's option for you, because they will fix the price for Ethereum at this moment, and you will be paid in US dollars, or the profit will be calculated in US dollars. So you don't have to worry about Ethereum falling. On the other hand, if you are like me and you like to keep your cryptocurrencies in cryptocurrencies, and if you believe that Ethereum will be rising, the Ethereum option is just for you, because the site will remember the amount of Ethereum you've deposited, and your interests will be paid just in Ethereum, not in dollars. So if the Ethereum will be rising, you will be getting more money. If the Ethereum will be falling, you will be getting less money. It's up to you to decide, but for me and for compounding purposes, I would say it's better to use Ethereum option. That's what I use all the time. And when I deposit Bitcoin, I use Bitcoin option, because I like keeping my cryptos in cryptos. That's all. So okay, that's it. And now let's talk about active investment. As I already mentioned, you deposit your money for a certain investment term. That means that you invest your money for 6 or 9 weeks. When you deposit your $100 here, your investment will be $100. You get 4.5% a day. That means $4.5 a day. That's nice. And this amount of money, 4.5 on weekdays and 1% on weekend, and this amount of money you'll be getting all those 42 days. After 42 days, this amount will stop paying you any money. That means that after 42 days, you won't get any dividend. As you can see, I'm getting dividend every hour, and I'll be getting those dividends for 42 days. Every single investment brings you, money in form of dividends, and those dividends for every single deposit will be paid for 42 days. After 42 days, you just have no active investment. But although what you can do is that you can withdraw all your Ethereum every day. You can withdraw them once there is 0.01. That's not too far away. I can withdraw them. As you can see, I do withdraw those Ethereum regularly when it's one, every now and then, as much as I can. So I do withdraw them. But what you can do with those money is that you can again make your investment. When you withdraw those money, you can say, okay, I want to invest them again, and you can put as low as 0.35 Ethereum here. So I can send there 0.035 Ethereum there on this Ethereum address. Okay, and now when I press the send button, I'll send this amount of Ethereum to the site, and the site will be paying those dividends for next 42 days. So my initial investment would be not 188 but $198 at this moment. And that's what compounding in Bitpetite is. you are withdrawing your money, and at the same time you are depositing the same amount of money. As you've already noticed, you can withdraw 0.001 Ethereum, but you can deposit 0.035 Ethereum. So you gotta wait for, I don't know, for me it's like 2 days to wait before you can put your money back. It's pretty difficult to calculate, more difficult definitely than BitConnect, because you know, after 42 days you gotta stop calculating with those $100 initial deposit, and you will be getting less money in dividends. Okay, so I hope you understand what is this about, because you know, once again, you deposit your money and every day you will be getting 0.5% on weekday, 1% on weekend. After 42 days, these dividends will be stopped. But what you can do, and this is how you compound your money in Bitpetite, you can withdraw all those money when they reach the minimal withdrawal limit. And at the same time, you can reinvest them back to Bitpetite. So you are gaining this number, like total investment, and you are getting like higher active deposit, active investment. That means you are getting a higher amount of Ethereum or Bitcoin or US dollars, which are calculated for 4.5%. This is why I've made this calculator, because you know, it's way easier to put somewhere to calculate it than to count it on yourself. How much would you have when you would withdraw and reinvest all those money again? Bitpetite is really a different site than many other sites out there. You can compound them in USD or in cryptos, and they have different payout on weekdays or on weekends. So when you invest your $100 for 50 days, you know, you want to just withdraw them after 50 days from now. It will be different when you invest when you put your first investment on Sunday or on Monday. Okay, so let's get back to my Bitpetite calculator, and I'll explain you how to use it. Well, Bitpetite calculator will count your active investment. That means that it will count the amount of money which will be getting you daily dividend, hourly dividend maybe. Let's say I would put $100 to Bitpetite, to this Bitpetite sites. I would put $100 in Ethereum. First, you gotta know how much is $100 Ethereum right now. So you just press your send button if you use Exodus wallet, or it will be working in any other Ethereum wallet. You want to send $100, which is this amount of Ethereum. Okay, let's go back. So you want to send $100. You want to calculate it in US dollars. It doesn't matter whether you count it in crypto or in US dollars, but just think about this. Calculator works only when you choose this option, or Litecoin option, or Bitcoin option, because you know, for Ethereum USD you can't predict how much will be Ethereum in future. So for this calculator you gotta use Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin, these second options. So in my case I would use Ethereum. I would use $100, which is this amount of Ethereum. You would send this number to Bitpetite. I want to know how much I would get if I would compound all those money, all those withdrawals for, let's say, 50 days. And I know that the minimal reinvestment for Ethereum is 0.35, so this is 0.35, which is 10.09 dollars. Okay, today is a Tuesday, so I would press Tuesday and press count. And as you can see, that after 50 days, I would have $383 active investment, which is just 3 times more, just in less than 2 months. It's great. And my dividends will be counted from 383. That means I will be getting 383 19 divided 100 times 0.5. I'll be getting $17 a day when I would have this number, this amount of dollars in my Bitpetite active investment. You may want to use the crypto amounts. So let's say you want to send $100, which is 0.347 approximately, 0.347 Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin, doesn't matter, just press the crypto option for the same amount of days, and you know that the minimal reinvest in cryptos is 0.35, and press count. And as you can see, after 50 days you would have 1.32 Ethereum tokens in your account. It will be your active investment in cryptocurrencies. When I would just show you how much is in, how much does this in US dollars, it's right here, 0.3329. It's around $382, which is probably the same number. It's the same or nearly the same number as we have already counted in US dollars. So it doesn't matter whether you choose US dollars. So again, you want to see $100 for let's say for 1 year, 365 days. Your minimum reinvestment would be 10.09, and 1 year from now I would have, wow, this huge amount of dollars in my active deposit, which would means 11622.61 $116,000, which is just amazing. I'm sorry, divided by 100 times 0.4. Yes, I'll be getting $5,230 a day from this active investment, which is just amazing when you think about that you would like to invest just $100. You can invest $1,000 and press count. You know, it's just huge. Those numbers are just huge, and it's pretty realistic. You know, wow. As I said, the Bitpetite is not a scam in the short term. I would recommend you that after 28 days, you won't, compound all your money until you reach the 28th day, because then you will have your initial deposit back, and that's just free ride then. Okay, for first 28 days, just withdraw all those money, and I'm not 100%, I'm nearly 100% sure, no, nothing is for sure, but I strongly believe that this will be working for next 28 days. And then it's free ride for you. You can choose whether you would like to compound all those money for 1 year, and you see those results. Yeah, that's just amazing. Let's see how much it would be from $10. In 1 year you would have $6,700 out of, you know, $10 initial deposit. It's just amazing. Another thing I want to show you is this. It's pretty, you know, strange or interesting. When you would invest here on Sunday, you would made this, you know, hundreds of dollars, $100,000. But when you would invest on Monday, you would made even more. You know, that's just the percentage. It's just the math. Okay, and now how to get this program I've made for you. If you sign up using my referral link I'll give you in description of this video, I'll send you a password. I'll upload this program to one side, and I will encrypt it with the password. And when you sign up using my referral link, and you would deposit any amount of money, I'll send you this Bitpetite calculator just for free. And what's more, I'll give you 5% of your deposit back. That means when you deposit $100, I'll give you $5 in Ethereum or Litecoin or Bitcoin back. You know, when you invest in Litecoin, I'll give you $5 of worth of Litecoin back to you. If you invest in Bitcoin, I'll give you $5 worth of Bitcoin back to you. Just 5%. When you deposit $1,000, I will give you $50 worth of any of those coins. And plus, I'll give you this this calculator, which is, you know, pretty handy, I would say. You just need to stay there for 28 days. It's the point where you get all those money back, and after 28 days, just compound those money for 60 days. For example, when I would compound those money for 60 days, I would get like 6 times or nearly 7 times my initial deposit. So okay, I hope you like those video. If you do, just press the like button. If you would like to get this Bitpetite calculator plus 5% of your initial deposit back, just deposit or create your account using my referral link, and then send me a personal message here on YouTube. Hey man, I've just created my own account using your referral link. My nickname is something, your biggest fan, and I'll send you this Bitpetite calculator for free, and I'll give you 5% of your initial deposit back. Okay, so have a great day and see ya.